everybody. Well, we good? Before I answer questions, I just want to take a moment. I think Dante Jackson said it best to our team. I want to make sure that we thank, first of all, Wofford and all the wonderful people that work early in the morning till late at night to take care of us and make sure that we can have a great stay here. So it's been really good for our team. A bunch of us sat in the courtyard last night, players and coaches, and just kind of hung out. And you can't get that anywhere else. So I really appreciate Wofford and the people that work here day to day, and then the people that run the university, the leadership. I thank the football staff for allowing us to invade their space. I thank Spartanburg. The time's been great here. I think I've eaten at the Peddler 5 times, so it's been a great time. And then I want to thank the fans for coming out, and I know our players appreciate it. So with that, I'll see what you guys have.
How have you talked to the quarterbacks about Saturday yet?
Not yet. No, we'll do all that. We'll meet today and kind of have that. But both guys will have a chance. Both quarterbacks have a chance to play.
Okay. Any update on C.J. Saunders?
It probably looks like it's it's quad strain, so maybe 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks. So unfortunate timing for him.
And was it Ian yesterday, the rib?
Ian got hit in the ribs, so he's has a little cartilage banged up, so he's probably 2 weeks or so, depending on the pain.
Matt, just from a team perspective, the 2.5 weeks spent here on the field compared to what you wanted to accomplish, how do you think you guys did?
Yeah, I think we did a really nice job of becoming a physical team, working on our execution, working against each other. I think we've seen a lot of really good looks. We threw a lot at the guys, and they've done a nice job of adapting to it and handling it. So I think it's been a really good time here. We move on to the next phase now, but we got out of this what we wanted to get out of this, which is kind of building a team, the kind of being isolated, but also really good work that we've had.
Speaking of adapting, can you talk about how Icky is at adapting with your most
I've said it kind of pretty much every day. I mean, Icky's got he's got a lot to learn from a pass protection standpoint. This is the biggest. That's the biggest jump from college to National Football League is just protection-wise what we asked them to do. We have a lot more protections, a lot more techniques, and then you face great rushers. And so what I like about Icky is that he works at it. He's very, very confident, but also very humble to work at it. And he's getting a lot of good work facing Brian Burns and Yetur and those guys. So he's coming along. I think he's right where he should be right now. And obviously the things coming ahead, preseason games, the joint practice, those will be key experiences for him.
I understand the joint practice are still key next week, but leaving Spartanburg, how much closer are you to feeling comfortable with Baker or Sam as your starting quarterback?
In terms of making a decision, I think it's an ongoing process. As I said, like when we know, we know. If we knew for sure, we would say it and just move on with it. So when we know, we know. Every day brings new evidence. Every day brings new insights. But at the same time, they're both competitors, and so if one guy has a strong day, the next guy fights back the next day. So I think it's been healthy for our team. It's been healthy for the staff. I think it's been done the right way. So I'm pleased with where it's at, but not ready to name a guy yet.
Well, what did you learn about both of those guys the last 2 weeks?
That they're competitors, but also great teammates. My definition of a competitor is someone who's willing to fight for what they want. Both guys are fighting for what they want. They come in early, they stay late. They're very coachable. They don't make excuses. They have extreme ownership. But at the same time, they really support each other and coach each other. And, even today, we have the Matt and PJ out there, and they're both back there supporting those guys. And so that's what we need. We need tremendous competition, but it can't be about any one player. It has to be about the team. And those guys are doing a great job.
So as you talk about that evaluation process for those guys, can you talk about some of your, key evaluation points that you're looking for?
Yeah, it's the same kind of as I've said. It's mastering the offense, not just the fundamentals, schematic and base schemes, but all the things that go along with it, all the options that you have. To me, it's being great situational quarterback, in the red zone, third down, and in 2 minute. And then it's who can move the team, who can make plays, who can play within the scheme, but get the ball to the guys that we have. So when you have those 3 things, then you have your starting quarterback.
With the threes taken over today, anyone stand out and take advantage of the opportunity?
Well, I think we're all very grateful to Sam Tecklenburg because unfortunately we lost Babich, and so he had to step in from playing center to play tight end without ever meeting on it, and he and Wyatt Miller both stepped in so he could continue to practice. I thought Scott did some nice things. 43. He's a guy that was a converted tight end, played 1 year in college, and got his opportunity today and made some plays. So it looked like Madre Harper made a couple plays, 36, a couple nice tackles, and had a ball in the end zone he almost picked off. So this was key for those guys. There's a lot of guys that are fighting for those spots, and also maybe they're on the team, but they're fighting for a role. And so I was glad to see it. But I thought those two guys, probably the two guys that stood out to me on the field. Now I'll watch the tape and see who else.
Your intensity level hasn't changed, but you seem to be smiling a lot more this year. Do you? What's changed about you?
I think everyone sees me on Sundays, right? And then they see me on a Zoom call. I mean, if you actually knew the real me, I'm smiling most of the time. So, I don't know, J.J. Jansen said to me last night, he goes, boy, it really wasn't fair how everyone was upset about, me calling the team up, and, I guess fans are upset about it. I'm like, those guys loved it. Like, if everyone was here, they'd be like, we have a great thing going. The vibe in here is fantastic. I mean, we got coaches. We got, Steve Wilkes, 30 years. We got Ben McAdoo, 30 years. They have to do rookie skits for the team. And we have an unbelievably good thing going. Just no one gets to see the inside. So I think being in person is really key. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but talking to people over phones and Zoom, is a whole different deal. Like, so I can't stand, like, my kids. I love my kids, but when they FaceTime me, I'm like, it's just a whole different feel. I want to be around people. And so I think this is how I've always been. That being said, I'm really pleased with the team. I believe a team is ready to win when it's ready to win. And so this team, I feel like we're getting closer to being ready to win. The guys know what to expect. So I've enjoyed my time here.
Matt, with the future of training camp here in Spartanburg uncertain, can you speak to the benefits of taking the guys on the road and holding camp here in the upstate?
Yeah, I think getting away is wonderful. When I was at the Giants, we went away. Here, going away in a world where most of our guys, they have other things going on in their lives. They have families. They have all those things. Having the opportunity to get away and just bond, spend time together. It's great when phones go down and decks of cards come out. It's great when phones go down and ping pong paddles come out. Kind of the old school things, guys. I walk by the game room at night, and I'll see like my son in there playing Yitor and ping pong. I'll see a wide out. We kind of hung out last night. I got Shaq sitting next to Johnny Hecker. Those are great things for team, and they only happen to me when you have a chance to get away a little bit.
Hey Matt, I want to follow up with something you said earlier at camp with Christian. You said we're not going to be afraid to put him out there and worry about injuries. Would you say in terms of his touches this season, would that still be the same, or would you consider reducing that, or what do you think?
Yeah, I'm not ready to talk. Unfortunately, just not ready to talk about the season yet. I think I think the best thing for me is just to stay kind of in the moment with where we are right now. So we've done a lot of studies, a lot of things, and I think the simple fact is most great players like Christian, that are like of the same size, ilk, and all that, they just continue to play. And so, to me, I'm not worried about Christian getting hurt. I'm worried about Christian being the best running back in the National Football League and doing everything I can to help him be that and all our team. So that's getting the O-line right, that's getting the schemes right, and when the time comes, we'll address it as best we can.
What do you think about Matt Corral today?
It's hard for me to tell without watching the tape on a quarterback, because sometimes even they'll make a play and it's not what was supposed to happen, or so. But Matt's had a good camp on the limited time that he's got. He's really coming along. There's no issue when I say there's no question about Matt's ability to throw the football, and he sees the field really well. To me, it's him adapting to the NFL, and I think he has really taken well to the amount of work he has to do because he's not getting a ton of reps. And I think that's actually speeding up his development. So I'm excited about where he's headed. Today, I'm sorry I can't. I didn't hear Ben yelling at him too much. So I think that means he probably did pretty well.
Who's your
Coach,
MVP
you
of camp?
mentioned taking a more, player-led approach this season. Was that always a part of your initial process when you came into this position, or is it sort of an adaptation to fit circumstances?
No, it's kind of what I've always done. I believe in it. I think you have to get to the point where everyone's on the same page, though, and you'd like it to happen probably a little sooner than maybe we have. I think things like COVID and virtual meetings and masks and distancing and all that maybe hurt some of that. But we're at a point now where, the leadership council that I have, the guys that I have, and many more they understand the expectations. It's not my standard; it's their standard. You know, they have a higher, like J.C. Horn came out here and took reps today. Like a lot of guys would say, why am I? You know, not J.C. Marquise Haynes put on pads and did individual today. There's a standard of work here that that is great, and it's been earned by our players over the last couple of years. So, but I think that I've always done that. The other chances, opportunities I've had, because you don't win unless it comes from the players, and I like where it's coming from right now.
On that note about JC, why was he out there today, and then what does that say about him wanting to be out there?
Oh, JC wants to be out there every moment he could be out there. You literally got to pull him off. We have to have a meeting about what he's allowed to do and make sure everyone's on the same page. With JC right now, we feel very good about where he is with the foot. You know, I mean, he had an injury, so the risks are the risks, but he's in a really good place. To me, from the wellness staff right now, it's just because he missed some time. It's about making sure he doesn't have a soft tissue injury. So we try to get him reps today because he hasn't had very many reps, and get him in the red zone so he's not truly opening up. And then all the high speed work is controlled by them. They run with him to get him up into the 75 and 90% max mile per hour, so that he'll be ready to go and turn loose here really shortly.
Who's the most annoying when you got to hold him back? Christian, JC, or someone else?
I thought you were going to ask a different question. You said, who's the most annoying? No, just easy. The most annoying in terms of being held back, JC, Christian, or who else?
Or anyone. Someone I don't know of.
Yeah, I mean, most of them are like that. I mean, these guys are they're workers, they're alphas. Probably JC. You know, Christian will never hold himself back. So, I mean, like he has the highest player load every day he practices, no matter how much we limit his reps, because he's going to do everything on the side, you know, so he's an elite worker. But JC's right there with him. So we have a bunch of guys like that. Burns, you know, I'll say, hey, take 4 reps. He takes 8 because he didn't do well in the 4 that he liked. So we have a good thing, I think, from that perspective, when your best players enjoy practice.
So who is your MVP here? Sharon, go ahead.
What are you looking forward to the most about getting out there Saturday and getting some real comfortable?
The opportunity to compete. You know, it'll be obviously, you know, first preseason game. Most teams are pretty vanilla, but you know, for our guys, and we have to figure out tight end right now because unfortunately we lost Babbage today, so we're down pretty low on the numbers at that position. But you know, I just think it's the fundamentals of running, tackling, blocking. You know, giving guys an opportunity, some that down the line guys that are fighting for spots or fighting for roles, you know, giving them an opportunity to show what they can do. I like watching guys go out and do their craft. So it should be a really good opportunity for a lot of guys. And so, you know, we say we have a standard for how hard we want to play and how disciplined and, you know, we want to be execution wise. So it'll be our first test of that. And so we'll see where we are. Yes, sir.
Outside of Bruce, who's your MVP?
I miss Bruce while he was away. That's a very true statement. My MVP of camp. Oh, man. My MVP of camp. Boy, that's really, really hard. I think a lot of guys have done a really good job. I'm going to go ahead and say Timo, Moton. I think Moton's taken the next step to becoming the dominant player he's capable of, and his leadership is being felt. And you know, he's the guy who addresses the team about things like, hey, we make sure we keep this area clean, or hey guys, da 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 da. And his public speaking has just, I mean, it's soared through the roof from where it started to where it is now. And I would say Brian Burns, because he's taken over the role of, you know, the role of entertainment director. You know, I think it was Cam, and then it was Shaq. Now it's Burns. Our entertainment this year has been horrific. Our rookies are the worst singers you've ever heard in your life. It's been disappointing. So we've had to go to dancing, skits. So I would say Burns, but I think Moton's made the step into true leadership and into leading by example and leading with his voice. And I'm really excited about where Timo's at.
Everybody good? Coach, what's the mentality of this team?
Well, I think Dante handled it best. I think one of gratitude for being here and for everyone that was here, but also, you know, we have a chance to go back to the bank tomorrow, and it's Fan Fest. But we're gonna step on that field tomorrow. We're gonna step on that field in a preseason game against the Bills, and then for Game 1. And we want to be a team that plays really well and wins at home. And so, I think that expectation of how we walk onto the field tomorrow is really important. So, we're a hardworking, tough team. got to eliminate offensive penalties. We have to do some things better. We have a lot of ways to go execution-wise, but I do like the way they're working. Thanks, guys. Thanks for everything during camp.